Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this Arab inspired makeup look. So this is my take on Arab makeup. I've seen Arab women change their makeup throughout the years and now they're embracing a more fresh faced look, but still keeping the eyes and brows defined and the focal point and everything else stays nude. So again, this is my take on Arab beauty and let's get started. To start off with skin prep, I'm going to be using my favorite. This is the Caudalie Vino Perfect line. I'm starting with the essence and then I'm going to use the serum as well. And to give her a nice glow underneath, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow and I'm going to apply that all over the skin. And just blend it in with my fingertips. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Oil-Free Photo Edition Foundation in the shade 4W1 Chai. And I'm going to apply that working in thin layers with my Makeup Forever 152 brush. I'm really impressed by this foundation. It looks flawless and beautiful and it went on very evenly and smooth as you can see. I'm just going to buff that into the skin, and when I get to the forehead, I'm going to just put it in the center with whatever foundation is left on the brush because she is quite tanned. So I'm going to bring back that color with bronzer later on. For concealer, I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and using two shades in Biscuit and Caramel. One that matches her skin tone and one to brighten. And I'm going to start off with Caramel in areas that are dark or can get ashy. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using Biscuit. And blending that in with a damp beauty blender. Then with my beauty blender, I'm going to take a more concentrated application of the lighter shade, which is Biscuit, and putting that in the center of the face. For contour, I'm taking the Maybelline Master Contour in the shade Dark. Now this wasn't dark enough, unfortunately, so it turned a bit on the gray side, but it's great to contour, let's say the nose or areas where you really want to add shadow. But I go over with bronzer afterwards and that fixed the problem. And again, I'm going to blend that in with the foundation brush that I used earlier. To add warmth on top of that contour, I'm going to be using cream blush, and I'm using this Ket Cosmetics cream blush palette. This is what I said is an alternative to the Makeup Forever HD blush, which is going to be discontinued unfortunately. But yeah, I found this very similar and it's beautiful, and it comes in a palette so you have a lot of shades to pick from. To bake and set her face, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Banana Bread. And I'm going to apply that with my beauty blender again. I'm still really loving this powder. It just gives a very smooth finish, even coverage, and really adds brightness to the skin. To warm up her face, I'm going to be using the MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skinfinish and go over the high points of the face as you would using a bronzer. And as you can see, that's just going to add life back to her face. For highlight, I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Highlight and Glow Shimmer Brick palette, and I'm going to be focusing on the center shimmer brick, which is the shade Copper Diamond. And going in with a MAC 239S brush, which stands for synthetic, I'm going to be highlighting the bridge of the nose. Then I'm going to go on the Cupid's bow, chin, and inner corners of the eyes. I'm going to dust off whatever powder is left from baking with a Zoeva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. And taking that same brush, I'm going to go in with the shimmer brick and highlight her cheekbones. Brushing her brows up, I'm going to fill them with my Nabla Brow Divine in the shade Neptune. I'm going to be focusing on the tail mainly to make that very sharp and defined, and then going in with a powder in the center. For powder, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and this is in the shade Taupe. And just brush that upwards, mimicking hair strokes, just to make sure the application is soft but still defined. Taking my all-time favorite palette, this is the MAC Semi-Sweet x9 eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the cream shade and using that as a base all over the eyelid. Then I'm going to dip into that mustard shade and putting that in the crease. Tipping into the medium brown and the ashy brown, I'm going to use that as eyeliner and creating a soft wing with the powder. As I blend and diffuse it, I'm going to dip into the black and put it closely next to the lash line. That's going to give you a nice effect of a lift, as if your eyelashes are naturally really winging out. Which again gives you that nice Arab eye, but a very contemporary modern way. For blush, I'm going to be taking the Bobbi Brown Illuminating Bronzing Powder in the shade Santa Barbara. I don't know why this is called a bronzer, it's a blush. But I'm going to take that with a double-ended Bobbi Brown brush and using that on her cheeks. I'm going to put a bit on the nose and chin just to give that nice healthy flush. For a lip liner, I'm taking the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in the shade Spice Girl. This is more of a very neutral brown-ish, brownie nude lip liner. And I'm using this because that's really going to give me that 90s lip. And that's kind of the look I want to go for. I want to go very neutral tones, very like peachy brown. So just line the entire lip. And then I'm going to use the Pat McGrath LuxeTrance lipstick in the shade LaBeija. This lipstick is insane. It's basically like Velvet Teddy from MAC, but on steroids. It's really, really beautiful. And this is definitely going to be one of my top lipsticks. And as you can see, it looks very peachy, very beautiful. It's not flat. It's a nude, but it has life. And I always like to diffuse the lip color a bit with a lip brush. This is a concealer brush, but any brush would work. That's synthetic. And just making sure it's really blended into that brown lip liner. And that completes the look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like the video and share it with your friends. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.